Had them a few times already. Feel like we know them well, but still a great threat and great challenge. Tournament, can't wait. They're just being in the stadium, different signage, knowing that Houston, Lyon and Barca are in town is really exciting. For me, playing teams from other countries is huge, but mostly for our development, seeing and playing against teams that cause us to think differently about our identity and our principles, how we apply principles, how we impose ourselves, seeing it's different teams, different styles, different principles against us, just provides us a big challenge. It felt like beginning of the season, we were playing quite a lot of the same team, which was maybe holding back our opportunity to grow. And then we decided to play some different types of teams in how they attack or defend, and wasn't as prepared as I would be. I hoped. So seeing not just different teams but world-class teams here in Portland is huge. Can't wait for this tournament to get rolling. Compete in this tournament, to watch this tournament. It's going to be a fun time.
All right, we will start questions off with Jonathan Tannenwald.
Thanks. Hi, Mark. To expand a little bit on what it would mean for this team to play against Lyon or Barcelona. How big a deal would it be, do you think, for the women's game as a whole? And also, if you don't mind my asking, for you, given that we're probably going to start counting down a few things for you here over the next few months, and you have the potential here to go out with a big haul of trophies, including this one.
Yeah, honestly, we're obsessed with just finding ways to improve and grow. It really drives us. The main focus is Houston tomorrow. This is a team that causes some different looks, different challenges. Despite us, them knowing who they are, we know who we are. It's still a tricky opponent for us. Continues to be a tricky opponent. And also with our schedule coming into the tournament and coming out of it, it's I think 5 games in whatever it is. It's quite extreme. There's going to be challenges there. Barca, Lyon, the quality of talent, the quality of players individually is superb. New coaches, so it'd be interesting to see how far along they are. But it's the styles, it's the way they see and think the game is going to be very different. And seeing those styles come head to head is exciting. But mainly for me, I'm trying to make sure we reach our goals this year. We got big few months coming up, and this can really help our development and support our development. It's not what it could be in the sense of Lyon, Barca being in full season at full strength. Houston, Portland being at full strength. That's obviously not the picture. So we're getting a taste of these heavyweights coming together. Probably not seeing the real picture, which is fine. Jonathan, I still owe you a message back. Actually, I just recalled. Look, this is, if I start thinking about anything else apart from training tomorrow, preparing for this game, preparing our next meeting, if I think anything past that, I don't think we'll reach our goals. I'm really, really present and just enjoying every moment and every day. We had a meeting this morning about what this game is, and this game is an opportunity to fine-tune a key part of our game that we know Houston will present. There'll be a few challenges, and we get to fine-tune those areas that we want to be unbelievable at. That's the goal. That really is the goal. And at the same time, if you see us in a training session, you see us in a preseason game, you see us on Challenge Cup game 1 or regular season game 1, there's competitiveness, there's desire, there's passion, there's a willingness to want to win every moment in everything that we do. That's a habit. So there's never a conversation about what we're trying to win. We're absolutely trying to win everything, every day. But the goal is to grow.
Next, we'll go to Stephanie Young.
Thank you. Hi, Mark. Today at practice, we saw you guys had a couple academy players in here and there. Even at a time like this, when you're preparing for so much, it's interesting to see you had young players with you. Is that something you've talked about a little bit before about your philosophy of development, but can you expand on that right now? Having young players in, seeing the players, and your approach to having them learning and experiencing things, even though you guys are probably really busy.
Yeah, Ellie Felt and Haley Miller were training with us today. They've been training with us for the last 2-3 months. Katie De Jong, who's gone back to college now, is training with us for 2 or 3 months. Players in our academy. Last year, we probably saw 4 or 5 come through at different periods, different times to continue their development, but also support and really help our team. Ellie and Haley, who are with us today, are doing a fantastic job. And Haley Miller played 45 minutes or half a game against Brazil when we played them in a pre-season game. She did fantastic. Formiga and Andressini, and Haley Miller was in there holding her own. It's about player development. It's about club development, but it's also about team development. So Olivia Moultrie's come through and proving to everyone why she's been here for 2.5 years. Haley Miller's been training with us for a couple of years now as well. It is about helping, supporting them. It is about making sure our team continues to grow and move forward. What you're seeing when these players are coming in, it's not just that part that we're committed to. They're helping our team prepare. They're helping our team get ready. Last year, the players that came in, we wouldn't have achieved what we did in the fall series if these players weren't coming in and pushing and supporting. And our senior players, they're very honest. If someone isn't the right profile, it's going to be hard for that academy player. But we don't bring those ones in. And the players that fit who we are and have the intelligence and the thinking and the scanning ability, our players have absolutely loved when these guys join and really push and support them. It's a club philosophy, but it's also very, very connected to who I am and my identity as a coach. My driving force is always player development, but that's senior, that's world class, or it's young players. Developing a player, developing the person, for me, is the heartbeat of why we're here and what we're doing. And yeah, we're here to achieve team goals, but for me, that starts with individual.
We'll go to Caitlin Best.
Hey, Mark, I'm just wondering if you mentioned in your response to Jonathan that there's 1 or 2 specific things with a dash that you're hoping to improve on. And I'm just wondering if you could get a little more specific with that.
Yeah, they're really disciplined in their defending, which means our positioning has to be good, but they're quite fluid in their defending. So it's not it's not completely random, but it's also fluid. The way they'll step out and put pressure on you can happen in multiple ways. So what happens behind that initial pressure, spaces on the strong side or weak side are constantly changing. And a key part of our game is positional play. But really what I mean by that is awareness and scanning ability. Now, against Orlando, we probably took 10, 12, 15 minutes too long to see where space was. And where I'm at as a coach is and the staff work very hard, is we can prepare a team to know exactly what the opponent's going to do, and they can play like robots. Okay, the opponent comes out and the opponent's different to what we planned. Everything we just done for 3 or 4 days or for 3 or 4 months have gone out the window. That's just not who we are. We're developing players to be better readers of the game, to be more intelligent. That starts with scanning. And Houston, I like their defending. They provide a good challenge, and we have to be aware of where space is and isn't. When space opens, to be able to occupy to get on the ball with their position, or occupy to pull someone else so we can get behind their midfield line. Just think they're fluid in their defending, which means the answers aren't there for every time they defend. The answers will be different, which means we have to read the game. We have to scan. We have to be aware. It's critical. And then, yeah, their counter-attack, their transition, this league, you have to be very good at controlling this moment or trying to limit this moment. You have to be. And when you play Houston, if you're not good, they will kill you with that. They will crush you with that. So it's a key part and demand of the league, which we get more practice at, because this is a team that loves the counter-attack and they're good at it.
Last call for questions with Mark. Right. One last question will be with Jonathan Tannenwald.
Thanks. Mark, would you just mind confirming for those of us who don't know when the Olympians are going to be back on the field?
They start training tomorrow morning. I'm sure they'll be around in the facility. tomorrow evening. We'll see them on the field on Saturday for their first set of minutes. And yeah, these guys then won't be jumping in playing 90 minutes. And we made some big mistakes in 19. It won't happen again. These guys have had a well-deserved break. They're going to have to build minutes. Of course, we absolutely can't wait to see them and have them back, and can't wait to see them on the pitch again. But we have to take care of them, not just for the short term, but for our long-term success and the goals we're trying to reach. So we'll see them on Saturday on the pitch, but just be limited minutes.